Check. Hey. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Big booty bitches, big booty bitches. Ooh. All right, another wing it fucking podcast.
Let's do
Unprepared.
Let's do it.
These guys are slackers.
Sorry.
Holy shit. I'm just here. Come on, we're supposed to have topics before, bro. We're supposed to be research, planned out, efficient. All right, bro.
So mad at us. He is mad at us.
Holy shit. Y'all can watch football, but you can't put
Dude, I can tell you.
I'm just kidding.
I can tell you the spreads and everything.
I can tell you the exact score of the Super Bowl without watching it.
Oh my god.
Dang. Yeah, that's fool, bro.
All right. Are we here? Thugging. Yo.
All right, Randall, introduce us, man.
What's up, guys? I hope everybody's doing great.
Hope y'all doing great.
You know, this is the Hangover Podcast. And today I'm here with
Random Rob, what up?
I'm Chef Went Crazy.
and I am Della Soul.
Why Della talking like he's hungover?
Yeah.
It's the Hangover Podcast, bro. I'm a bit hungover.
You think we should tell people why it's called The Hangover when we start it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
I like it.
They probably think that we're supposed to be drunk, like, right? Why is it called The Hangover, Rob?
I think because we obviously been party animals since we're like the age of 16. You were probably younger, 14, 13.
Nah, don't do that to me. 15.
And
You're right, though, younger.
So we've been incorporated in this Vegas chaos. In Spanish, we say desmadre. And we've had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of drugs, a lot of supposed epiphanies, and then sometimes we still enter the same cycles. But I feel like now that we're finally in our early 30s, shit's finally starting to make sense, and we're dealing with the aftermath of all the partying and the supposed epiphanies. Now we're dealing with the hangover.
Yo, what if we think that life makes sense, but we're still completely wrong because we're still only 30?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's still
I don't
pretty
think that's the
early.
case, though, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
I'm just
100%.
saying.
Do you remember we were having a off-camera conversation, and we were talking about how your early 20s, like your physical body stops growing, your prefrontal cortex finally stops growing, like what, mid-20s?
25.
Like 25.
Yeah, but you made a good point, like you're spiritually, it's not until like your early 30s. And it hit me like, damn, he's probably right.
Yeah, I think we're talking about Jesus, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus year, 33.
18 to 30, he kind of like disappeared. But I was saying that it's kind of like a metaphor for people's lives. Those are the years you kind of find yourself spiritually, and I feel like that's why I was put in the Bible. Not that it means anything. I thought it was a metaphor specifically put in there to let you know that that's kind of when you disappear and find yourself throughout those years.
Mm.
That's more of what I was saying. What's your take on The Hangover? Like, you know what I mean?
As in general or to the name,
Mm-hmm.
I think the topics that we pursue is kind of like conversations you have after a night drinking. So like when you're pretty
Clarity
much
moments.
done you're done
Yeah. partying
partying for the night, and it's just you and your group, and you guys regroup, or you guys pull up to a house afterwards and just kind of recap on the night. Yeah, they're just like kind of, I guess, deeper thoughts. Yeah, usually that comes from me after I'm like drinking and shit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely that clarity phase. I see it as kind of like a double entendre of, we're consumers of a lot of knowledge, a lot of philosophy, and a lot of that information can be overwhelming too. We're kind of just like drunk off that information and kind of hung over to where, we're kind of like, fuck, there's so much information and so much truth that we haven't been told growing up, that we had to figure out for ourselves how life works. Things that we were told, programming that was done to us, by society, norms, whatever. And we're kind of just hung over by that too. So it's kind of a double entendre,
It's all the above.
Yeah.
There's no wrong answer.
All the above and all the below.
Just drink a lot of water.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, when you were talking about the prefrontal cortex growing, it reminds me of the whole conspiracy about the white lighter. All these rock stars and artists had died pretty young with the white lighters near them.
Is it 27?
Yeah.
27 club?
So I always have an interesting theory about that. our prefrontal cortex stops growing around that same age, right? So imagine some of these artists that suicide themselves, or maybe they didn't, maybe they did, but
You
they
can't say that. You have to say delete or
delete.
self-delete. Yeah, you can't say that word
Oh.
online.
Fade away.
You know what it is, and I hate when people don't say the word, but I see why they don't say it.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Certain words you can't say online.
Yeah.
Just beep them out.
Beep beep. No, the people that don't make it and they go to the next level, to the next phase of afterlife. I always have a theory how they're in a lot of if I don't know if the pain comes first or the pain comes after the drug use, but they're in a lot of pain, and for whatever reason their brain is done developing but doesn't develop right, so they can't take it. And it's always around that same age is when a lot of these artists or these men,
Yeah.
they can't take it no more until they want out.
Hmm.
'Cause I've seen men around our age around that time, they have like their break or make moments
No,
psychologically.
So to add to that, right? My theory or something that I've observed is around the 24, 25-year-old range, everybody kind of goes through this moment, right? Something happens in their life that kind of makes them rethink about everything they've kind of been through. So,
But you know what's funny? I think this is where the Hangover kind of the name also plays a fact, because you think, all right, you get a little arrogant. You think you pass that stage, like I kind of got it figured out, and then there's the next stage, like, oh shoot.
yeah, you get humbled
Yes.
really fast.
I've been humbled again in my early 30s.
And some people can't take it. Maybe that's just to add to what you're
'Cause
saying.
I remember in my early 20s, I thought I was the shit. Like I thought I had so much stuff figured out. Like, 'cause we would have all these cool conversations. We had all these philosophical conversations. We lived it was a cool brotherhood we had at the trap, but it was a lot of party vibes too. Don't get it twisted. We have all these cool conversations about our purpose and destiny and blah blah blah.
Really?
You don't remember, huh?
Definitely do not.
That's part of the Hangover as well. And then I remember I got humbled after that. And then around mid-20s, I feel like you start figuring it out. But then you fly too close to the sun. You ironically keep partying more, and boom, you get humbled again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking from my perspective.
Yeah,
obviously.
no, I agree with you. I'm right there with you.
So
I want to add to that prefrontal cortex thing. So day before my 25th birthday, right, I'm sitting down. I lived at an apartment at the time. And then I talked about the Gary Vee video before. I just get a video. Gary Vee's like, stop making excuses, find your passion, try shit, whatever. And it was literally the day before my 25th birthday. I'm sitting there. I'm like, bro, I've gotten fired from every fucking job. Like, what the fuck should I be doing? What the fuck should I do? Like, I don't like working for people. I don't like doing shit. And I just thought, like, the one thing that always stuck around was music. So I was like, let me try doing this shit for real. Let me see what happens if I just try my fucking hardest, and I just want to see what will happen. Like, let me just try. So locked in 2-3 years, worked for free for like the first year and a half. But through my studies of Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, fucking all these great people, Grant Cardone, they start talking about this frontal cortex, how it develops at the age of 25. So I'm sitting here reflecting like, holy shit, the day before my 25th birthday was like, I want to make my own decisions. I want to dictate my own life. I want to take control of this shit. And coincidentally, that's when your prefrontal cortex fully develops. So the day before my 25th birthday, and I didn't know anything about it, but 2-3 years later, I find out like, holy shit, that's when my brain was fully developed. I stopped listening to what my mom wanted me to do, what my girl wanted me to do, what everybody was telling me what to do. And that's what that part of your brain does. It allows you to make your own decisions. So that kind of like, I was like, oh shit. So I kind of don't like how we're forced to go to college and pick a career and do all these things, because a lot of us and our career choices are predicated on what our parents want us to do or what they tell you you're supposed to do. But that's why a lot of people that I know are in student debt or, you know, loan debt or whatever. They went to school, they tried it based off what other people wanted them to do. But it wasn't until they 24, 25 years old where they're like, man, fuck this shit. I don't want to do this shit, bro. Like, then there's that realization moment, you know? So is that part of the finesse? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is that part of the finesse?
It's part of the connection.
Holy shit.
Right when you started saying that, like, damn, it's genius, because student loans is the one loan you can't file under.
Yeah, bro.
You can't bankrupt.
The system.
Yeah, so like, damn. Remy said like, that's pretty genius on
Pretty
their
fucking
part.
genius, right?
Because they know that you're gonna try to fuck around, figure something out.
Yeah.
Ironically enough,
Crazy.
when I was going through school, I was in philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
At
You took
CSN.
philosophy?
I took philosophy,
Oh,
bro. That's
shit.
how I was
So
like
you always
into
been like
like
this.
Plato. Like
Yeah.
once I got into the campus, I was like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna go take classes that I'd be interested in, elective wise, I guess. But oddly enough, that class was the reason, or that class showed me or put that seed in my head that I don't really need to be there. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So like, that was the whole weird part about it. I went to school just to find out, like, oh yeah, bro, you could go do something else. Like, that wasn't, I thought I was gonna be in fucking medical school or something, and that definitely wasn't my real calling, I guess. So definitely around that age.
See, but think about how many people that happens to, though, bro. That's like,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say 80%, but I'm probably way the fuck off. But
Yeah.
there's a huge percentage of people that have that realization of
Mhm.
like, fuck, this isn't really what I wanted to do, but now I'm kind of stuck here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let me just see it through, and then they get stuck in this cycle or this, this path that they didn't exactly choose for themselves, but kind of got stuck into.
Yeah, bro. One thing that my philosophy teacher at the time was talking about was how we have expectations of how we might feel when a goal is accomplished. And so, like, in school, for instance, it's like, all right, I'm going to school to be a doctor. And you have X amount of years to be a doctor or to go to school. But during that time, you're unhappy. So the whole time you're thinking, like, okay, once I graduate, I'm going to be happy, X, Y, Z, this is going to happen. And then when they get to that point,
Damn.
they're unfulfilled, but they just had, 10, 20
Right.
years of school. So it's like, once you reach that point, you're like, damn, like, this is not what I expected.
I got a question for you guys. Is there a difference between fulfillment and happiness?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Fulfillment sounds more important than happiness to me.
100%.
Like instinctively just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Happiness sometimes can be overrated. Cause this coming from someone I went through in my early 20s. I went through a hippie stage and like happiness over everything. But like it's this weird, almost self-sabotage kind of hippie thing to do. You choose your a temporary emotion over anything. It's almost a very selfish thing to do.
100%.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was going to tie it to like TV. You can watch TV, you can laugh, and it could temporarily make you happy, but it's not fulfilling. I feel like you working towards something, seeing yourself get results at the gym,
Yeah.
that's fulfilling, bro.
But
that's
But
fulfilling.
it's annoying as a bitch sometimes in the gym.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's after a whole lot of pain, but
Yeah.
damn, maybe fulfilling has to come. No, not always.
Is it a time constraint or is it more based off of a feeling?
Well,
Hmm.
ask it one more time. Sorry, I had a good question for you guys. And I got distracted.
Yeah, that's a pretty good question. Actually.
No, is okay. So if we're talking about happiness and fulfillment, is that based off a feeling or is that based off a time constraint? Is happiness now becoming a temporary thing and fulfillment is more?
Can gambling be fulfilling?
If you win, I would assume.
Because that's kind of instant. You
I-
know what I mean?
I would say no.
What?
It wouldn't be fulfilling.
No.
It'd be satisfying. There's a difference.
Oh shit! Now we're throwing satisfying
Yeah,
into the mix.
satisfaction could be anything.
Satisfaction.
But the-
Yeah.
Oh, hits.
ADHD. But I think fulfillment to me instinctively, I just think of purpose. So that's why I think that because long story short,
I like that though.
like long story short, I told myself I was gonna lock in this year, blah blah, and then I caught myself already trying to make a trip to Miami, and then I finally I'm gonna cancel the whole thing. Like, all right,
I'm
chill,
guilty.
dude, chill. Like,
Guilty.
Big boy moves.
like, well, you told yourself you're gonna make sacrifices this year. Like, this is the first step right here. Are you
Yeah.
willing to sacrifice it? So that was me. Fulfillment over happiness.
Proud of you for that.
You're speaking to my soul right now.
Big. That's big.
Damn, I had a question. Was about fulfillment and what?
Happiness, yeah.
This is because of my Miami choice. Do you think fulfillment? You need sacrifice to get to fulfillment. My instinct says yes.
That kind of ties into like the initial statement that we were talking about, right?
Yeah, so I think so.
Yeah, I think fulfilling is something you have to work towards, bro. I don't think fulfillment can be instant.
One of my favorite quotes.
So time constraint, yes.
Temporary versus
long so I think
long-term.
temporary would have to be where happiness would lie.
Or the surface. We call it surface level.
Surface level, yeah. You got to get layers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, layers deep for fulfillment.
One of my favorite quotes. I remember one time we're at some hotel just chilling for whatever reason, and there was like a wrestling convention, and there was a wrestler with a sweater on, and it said, "Choose your pain, sacrifice or regret." And I'm like, damn. And then it always reminded me of one of the Buddhism principles where pain is inedible.
Inedible.
It's not edible, guys. Inevitable.
Yeah, you can't avoid it. It's gonna happen no matter what.
Right.
So choose your poison. What kind of pain do you want to go through? Sacrifice or regret? And
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And it leads back to like full circle to the whole hangover. Like hangover, half the time when you have hungover, it's a lot of regret. And I come here sitting on this couch with some regret. 'Cause I know I could have sacrificed way more in my 20s to get to my purpose, which is like not thinking about it. I think one of my purposes is to like start a family, but like a good family, like be like a real provider, not just another baby daddy or another little family. Like, and another purpose I think of, like I want to foster like dogs. Eventually, maybe adopt a kid. But my 20s, if you saw all my 20s, you wouldn't think that was my goals, my purpose.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I think about the podcast too. Like the hangover sometimes, almost about forgiving yourself for the night before. All right, now, how can you learn? How can you learn from that?
Bars.
Yeah.
Bars.
That was fire, bro.
That was fire, huh? I can't snap.
I might need to throw
You
on
really
some.
can't snap?
I mean, I'll mentally snap. But
Oh, you can't snap.
I might need to throw on some sunglasses for that one, bro.
That was fire.
Yeah. Any last thoughts?
That's it. Podcast over. Last thoughts. We're done. We ended on a high note.
No,
On that subject, yeah. I can only think of these Instagram rules that I would get. It's like being fat is hard, working out is hard. Choose your hard. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like it'll.
Sorry.
Hey man.
I'm just sorry.
Hey man.
But yeah, no, good point.
Yeah. See, but when I think of that though, I think about it layers, right? So the fat person chose temporary happiness, while the person who's shredded or whatever is the one getting the fulfillment, but he's the one that made the sacrifices and put the time in.
Right.
So I think you're right. Fulfillment definitely requires sacrifice and is something tied to time that has to be earned. Fulfillment is earned. Happiness can be a bag of chips.
Yeah. I just ordered.
You know what I'm saying? And then fulfillment comes from drinking shakes. You feel me?
Not drinking shakes. I'm
just kidding, bro.
No, he's not though.
I love that conversation of fulfillment. Though that was fire.
Yeah. So I hope that gives people a good idea of.
I gotta stop saying fire, bro. It's literally the whole fucking state on fire right now.
Oh man.
Fuck.
I don't mean it like that though, but
I
pray
know.
for LA.
yeah.
So
pray for LA.
okay,
That's
so
crazy.
I mean,
honestly.
not to. Well, what y'all think about that whole fire situation?
You go first, chef.
I mean, I said it on the last podcast, bro. I thought it was a whole bunch of shit, a whole bunch of planned stuff, man. I mean, LA is circus town, bro. Like it's where everything is kind of just facilitated and done with like a bigger agenda at play, more than we can comprehend on this level. And this is what I always tell people about politics: is like, you guys can't get mad at a president. You guys can't get mad at people at such higher levels that you can't comprehend the game that they're playing. Like, they're making decisions that we don't even have the full context or scope of. So I don't know, bro. There's a whole lot of shit going on, bro. There's a whole lot of shit going on.
I think what we can do is talk about the different conspiracies that could be possible.
Yeah. So like, what has came out since then?
A lot of blame game.
A lot of blame.
No water in the fire hydrants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
equipment getting sent to Ukraine.
yeah. Oh yeah. So
Tech City being built 2028. No fire insurance.
yes, they
a
fired.
couple months before.
Oh, you want to hear a quick irony?
Go ahead.
The LA Rams had to move their game from a SoFi to State Farm Arena in Arizona. The same State Farm that cut off a bunch of insurance policies.
Damn.
The irony, man. The irony.
That's so funny. That's like the cherry on top.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So long story short, State Farm had told homeowners about a year ago they were going to renew policies because it wasn't worth it for them. So California passed a minimum like insurance and like we'll cover a certain amount. So they could cover up to like $3 million. So if you had like a $10 million house and I can cover a $10 million property. So there's a bunch of people that got their house burned down that might not be covered. And one of the conspiracies is now where since California's gonna step in and try to cover everybody, and now it's become a state-sponsored insurance. So the state has it's all state
ran everything.
Yeah, state ran, state sponsored, and that's a conspiracy. That's what they want. They want you want a state ran place where everything is covered by the state. The rules are made by the state. The state provides the insurance, and then next thing you get your little smart cities. The state surveillances everything, and then you get kind of your whole credit. Your like kind of your credit score system where like in China like you have your credit credit system, kind of Black Mirror kind of thing.
Was it your social
score? I'm sorry, social score. So that would come into bit with a smart city. The only way to make a smart city is to build it from the ground up.
Right. Damn. So you got San Francisco, and then you got. That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's one conspiracy. It doesn't seem that far fetched, dude.
Right.
Wait, what do they have to do with San Francisco?
Well, I mean, just San Francisco, like, they had the whole gentrification thing going on a long ass time ago, as far as like Tech City now, because all the tech shit's in San Francisco.
Right.
Prior to that, like, I don't know. That's just where I'm drawing the connection. They try to move everybody out.
Or that's Seattle.
It's no Silicon Valley. Yeah, San Jose area.
Yeah.
So all up there, pretty much just move everybody out, change up the scenery.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
A
lot of people that work in that area that can't afford to live there.
Yeah.
But this conspiracy is more about doing everything from the ground up, and then the whole idea of a smart city is to make it a 15-minute city where everything is convenient. You could walk or ride a bike, everything 15 minutes. So the whole
cool.
Yeah, the whole pitch is like kind of like a European kind of cool city vibe.
Gotcha.
But the spin on it is everything's digital, everything's under surveillance. The state knows everything that's going on. That's the conspiracy side of it. And that's supposedly what they want to do to these cities. That's the whole Maui conspiracy. Like,
right.
How often do you hear about fires in Hawaii? Like, it's kind of a trip. You hear volcanoes, obviously, but
yeah.
So
where's it at now? Like, what's the current situation with that?
In Maui, I know a bunch of land's getting bought up.
Yeah, but to do what with it though?
That's
what we have to pay attention to.
Also, there's no projections of what's going on because here, as soon as all these conspiracies came out, there was already pictures 2028 Tech LA or whatever the fuck. But is there anything like that with Maui?
No, just no.
No.
But the interesting part is not a lot of funding.
Did you read into the blue tarps? How anything with like blue tarps on top of it or the color blue didn't get burned? What is that about?
Supposedly, where it's like it's like kind of like how it's kind of like supposedly they supposedly have like this technology where they can send like rays, right? And supposedly like the blue's like kind of like a defector of it, or like it knows not to hit it for whatever reason.
Wear blue.
That shit crazy.
Yep. Yeah.
You said wear blue.
Wear blue. Wear blue. You be okay.
Hold
on. Let me read this quote by Mel Gibson. I'm gonna say this is a smart gentleman right here, okay? Because he sounds like somebody very intellectual that was on this podcast last week, man. He sounds just like this smart motherfucker that was just sitting over here. So he's like, check this out. I can make all kinds of horrible theories up in my head, but it just seems a little convenient that there was no water and that the wind conditions were just right and that there were people ready and willing to be able to start fires. And are they commissioned to do so?
Yep. So the fucked up part where he's right about is the no water thing. It's like we can blame it on incompetence, but it seems like too extreme, like how much water wasn't available.
Right.
But one thing is true, the agriculture industry in California has a lot of power. They get most of the water, bro, to make fucking almonds and fucking pistachios and like
your almond milk that you don't think is milk.
Yeah, ISO. There's this thing as almond milk.
Give him the ball.
Almonds don't have titties. It can't be almond milk. All right, it's sugar water.
Sugar water.
We don't like sugar here.
It's actually just horchata.
Horchata's fire.
But yeah, the the agriculture industry has a huge grasp on the water, so they do whatever they want with the water, bro. And they control the water commission. The water commission is supposedly government ran and should be thinking for the people, but all they do is freaking give it back to the agriculture industry.
All right, so I'm just browsing the web. I don't know if any of this stuff is true. This is a tweet by Liz Crocken. It says, "Watch the water. Jewish billionaire couple Stuart and Linda Resnick own the majority of California's water."
Yep, they own the
Why do
wonderful
I feel like Jews are just tied to everything, bro? They're just like, they're just rich and own everything, or like, this is crazy, bro.
So they own the wonderful company that they sell the pistachios and stuff. So they take up. They bought up the water long.
Oh, so this ties back into what you were saying about the almonds and pistachios.
Yeah,
this is all fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
They own the water,
and
bro.
they
That's
basically
crazy.
and they basically run the water commission. So they get these government agencies to make sure they go everything their way. It's all bought.
All right, I got a random question. Does this fire have anything to do with eggs? Because I've been trying to get organic eggs from Costco, from all over the place, and there's no brown organic eggs anywhere.
Oh, there's probably a lot of eggs come from California for sure.
Think so?
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm like, bro, I just want some fucking organic eggs.
So some
dude.
people make the case like, dude, we need all this water for the agriculture. They provide so much for the country, but like, there's still way more resourceful way to freaking spread it out. And then they try to do this whole climate change bullshit where like they said they're trying to save oceans, save fishes, save lakes, so they got to preserve the water certain ways. But obviously, all the emission that burned from all the freaking fire, the O2, it made like so much for climate change. Like, you guys made the climate worse by not help preventing these fires.
I think that's one thing. They talk about climate change and like tackling climate and stuff, and I honestly feel like they are just making shit worse. Like a lot of it's just more experimental. That chemtrail shit, altering the weather, putting shit in the atmosphere.
The other crazy. This one gets more crazier. How they certain houses got burned down. Like Diddy's house got burned down. So the whole conspiracy is like they burned down they burned down a bunch of these big houses. So they can't get investigated.
Yeah, there was another one too where like they're trying to. Trump is gonna be back into office. Obviously, they're gonna try to investigate him and do a bunch of shit. And I guess a lot of the stuff that got burned, underground tunnels, or a lot of information that could, I guess, bring a lot of people to light, ended up,
One thing that's a fact that people don't really want to talk about or do talk about, there is tunnels under California built a long time ago. And then
yeah, bro, there's people that work at Starbucks down there.
Really?
Yes, bro, there's underground tunnel system that celebrities use, and there's actual like
they got
monorail down there, they got stores in there, Starbucks, all type of stuff, bro.
Are you trolling me?
No, I'm not.
You see this?
Yes,
wow,
bro.
I didn't know that.
There's a lot of fucking footage about it.
They got their own underground world. You think ours has Starbucks out here? Our little underground tunnels?
But no, we got homeless people there. They get fucked when they get flooded.
Man.
No, then you got Elon just digging a bunch of holes under Vegas for his Tesla.
Which is actually pretty tight.
Yeah.
Like, I've rode in it before. I know they're gonna try and build it from like the convention center to like a couple of the casinos and then like the airport.
Yep, they're doing it to downtown, to the Strip, Resort World, Convention Center, airport. He's doing all that.
That's so cool.
And he owns the Boring Company. They're the ones in charge of doing it here in Vegas. Yeah. But yeah, those are the main conspiracies I've seen. And then the last one, can I read this one?
Yeah.
This one's called the Economic Reset and Wealth Redistribution. It's a conspiracy. The idea that
I just read that.
The idea that the fire serves as a catalyst for economic policies that benefit the elite, such as new building codes, government bailouts, or emergency funds that disproportionately aid large corporations or the wealthy. This theory suggests fires are used to accelerate an economic reset in favor of those at the top of the socio-economic ladder. So, So you guys ever? I'll give you a good example. Remember when Budweiser had that whole fiasco with they tried to do like a whole gay movement, and their stock went hella down. They basically made a gay beer and like gay friendly beer, and most Budweiser drinkers.
Was it a seltzer? I'm just kidding. I drink seltzers. I used to drink seltzers and only drink seltzers.
So their stock took a hit. Like, it went hella down.
I do remember that actually, because everybody was boycotting their shit.
But the whole theory was, you know, the conspiracy theory behind it. They did it on purpose. Because as a CEO of a company, your job is always show quarterly profits, right? Gradually always going up. But eventually,
You plateau.
You can only sell so much goddamn beers every freaking year, increasingly.
Right.
So what you do is you make your stock take a shit, and then boom, raise it back up, and then for the next 5 years you show gradual income again. You're killing it.
But it's actually like
sounds like the stock market.
the same thing.
Yep.
Same thing over and over.
One of my favorite quotes about the stock market is just rich people's feelings.
No,
Man.
they control the market.
But yeah, you know what? That's a good question. I think for the next part, I'm gonna dive into the Maui stuff. What's like, because Maui's a great
Precursor
of what if we do think these conspiracies are kind of true. Maui's the first example of what they're gonna do with it. Cause that shit's a trip, bro. Like,
well, that's when those weapons started. Those weapon conspiracies was with the Maui fire, with the blue tarps.
The one good logical argument I heard about how how fires do spread where it doesn't make sense to some people, like how some trees don't burn but houses do. They were saying that how there's copper wires going to house. If those copper wires catch on fire underground, they'll travel through the ground to the house.
Wow.
And they'll burn the house, even though the trees don't get burned around it, because it comes from the inside out.
It's actual link,
Does that make sense?
like actual connection.
So I was like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense for why some houses burn and like that maybe some trees around it don't.
Yeah.
But for
What is it again?
basically copper wiring that leads from fire underground to house, because they're all linked.
It's kind of
So
like
Yeah.
you know the cup theory, cup and the string theory, like telephone.
Yeah.
They're damn near the same thing, right?
Yeah, but in copper, I guess it's flammable. So if it catches on fire and it travels underground, it'll go to one house, and the house basically burns from inside out instead of outside in. So I was like, oh, that theory kind of makes sense of why houses would burn and trees won't around it and stuff like that. But
It's fucked up.
it's still, yeah. You can tell a lot of people, though, seem very iffy about this. Very iffy. No one trusts.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm really surprised that CNN and Vice are even covering. Conspiracy theorists think the government used lasers to start Maui wildfires on purpose. So it's crazy that these big platforms are even covering these conspiracies now.
I think
That's
you know.
fire.
You know what it is? Because Twitter.
Oh, there is no more hiding.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you might as well just like lean
jump
into
on
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they don't talk
Interesting.
about it, then they're gonna be
Then
like,
they're
not talking
Oh,
about
then
it.
they're hiding
trying
it.
to hide
Yeah.
it. It's like no.
So they're hiding in plain sight. Like, oh, okay, you know.
And then CNN and all these the main. Well, I want to say legacy media for now on, because it ain't mainstream no more. Legacy medias, they lost so much market cap when it comes to the power in news.
Yeah.
So they got to play the game now. Of like flirting with the conspiracies just to keep people's eyeballs. CNN in general has had to do a more rebrand. They got to be more. They went too much left, aka like Democrat. And whenever it's not a presidential year, their ratings suck. Because no one's watching them.
You do you still watch CNN and shit like that, or do you get your news from like other sources?
I get most of my news from like X,
Mm-hmm.
and they just verify stuff. So I see something interesting, then I'll double check it.
Do you know if there's any websites that are just like definitely news based but unbiased, like not necessarily reports, but more just like
Yeah, there's a few, but none. I don't know on the top of my head.
okay.
But yeah, like back in the day, I still like the Guardian. I still love the Guardian.
Mm.
The Guardian's the one that broke the whole Eric Snowden, the government spying on us. He went to them because they're pretty legit.
That's the WikiLeaks guy, right?
No, WikiLeaks
shit,
is
that's
that's my boy Assange. Assange, Julian Assange. He just got released finally. He's the one that basically said Hillary Clinton had all the shit in her email. Then it was all downhill from there for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
And he basically proved how they were using drones to kill freaking civilians and all that. So the U.S. government was pissed at him. And then finally, so he was locked up for like 8-10 years in the embassy. He couldn't leave.
Damn.
And finally, they let him out. But yeah, you get punished for telling the truth sometimes.
The unsung heroes
Yeah.
of civilization, huh?
And then the crazy, so those guys, like, they're called whistleblowers.
Mm.
So now the move from the government side is they psyop whistleblowers. They make people look like whistleblowers, and they're actually psyops. Does that make sense?
Inside, spies.
Yeah. So the whole alien whistleblowers, UFO whistleblowers, some of these people think they're psyops, like they're a distraction.
Yeah.
So it's a never-ending freaking thing. And as being someone that's, I'll call myself a conspiracy theorist, that's fine. You gotta be careful, because then you go down rabbit holes,
Right.
and you get too deep,
Right.
and there's like this where Chef comes in like, bro, all this is a waste of time.
Yeah.
You go too far.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do with that information, bro?
See, but you gotta be able to critical think, like I
Facts.
said, bro.
Yep.
You know, because
Fact
a
check.
lot of people will go down these rabbit holes and really just believe everything.
Yeah.
To where now,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying?
So you know how Della,
I'm just kidding.
like,
man.
you know how you took some philosophy class in a college, community college.
Yes.
I did too, but also I took some political science classes. That's what I enjoy.
Yeah.
So I think that's always helped me not get too
Too deep.
But
No,
I'm still guilty of it,
Of
for
course.
sure.
Because it's more fascinating than anything,
Yeah.
especially if that's kind of your niche or expertise, or something you enjoy. It's like, oh shit.
But what I've been more fascinated lately though is the history,
Mm.
how we got here. I think that's where I'm more.
Gotta know your history so we make the same mistakes, man.
Yeah.
Reference point.
Yeah, where we're at our current point in our lives, there's not a lot of impact or say we have on these situations. So I'm more just like on the whole Andrew Tate thing. For you to have any type of significant impact on situations like this or topics like this, you have to build yourself to a position to where you do have resources to actually have a say in shifting the momentum of stuff like this, or actually bringing truth to light. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, yeah, there's a lot of work that people got to do to even have a voice, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But so you think we're blessed or lucky to be in the internet era, to have more opportunity to get there?
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, but even then, you still need more resources than just the internet, bro.
Yeah, it's only
We'll get 5 videos in, and the whole channel could just be gone, and then what? You know what I mean? Like it's not even that anymore.
Yeah, you're still at the peril
it's
there.
personal branding. At the end of the day, like the way that stuff is shifting now, everything is tied to a personal brand. You have to build yourself as a brand online to really
and be multi-platform too, huh?
yeah, and not uncancelable, because you could say some stupid shit and be canceled. But I feel like when you're always moving with the right intentions and with the right message, you know, I feel like, you know, God is gonna have your back, you know.
How do you feel about this whole TikTok stuff?
A part of me is happy,
TikTok banned, by the way.
because hopefully people will get the fuck off scrolling and go do something. But people who are scrollers are gonna scroll somewhere else, you know.
Yeah, they're gonna move.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
right now it's January 15th, so it's supposed to be banned January 19th, day before Trump's inauguration. So it might just be banned for a few days and Trump just bring it back.
I seen this thing that said Mr. Beast was willing to buy it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true.
No,
Yeah, I
he-
think Kevin O'Leary too from Shark Tank is willing to buy TikTok. There's a lot of people that are willing to buy it.
Can you ask?
There's a lot of people.
Can you ask ChatGPT what's his value right now?
Of what?
TikTok's value. How much would it be worth if someone wanted to buy it? So, funny. This is pretty funny. So since people are already trying to get ready to maybe live life without TikTok, they're looking for other apps. And the number 2 trending app right now in the App Store is this app called Red Note. It's a Chinese-based company, and it's another social media company, and it's in Mandarin and everything.
Oh shit.
And now people are hopping in that one. It's the irony. They're supposedly banning this China-backed company because it's dangerous, and all these Gen Zs are hopping to another China-based company app.
It's probably gonna happen again, huh?
But you know what it was though? What if China created the propaganda on TikTok to take the audience from there to take it to another Chinese platform?
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Is that not what's going on? I've
Hey,
been
man,
hearing that
if
people
I was-
been,
if I
like,
was a
seeing
Chinese, that's
ads and
smart.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Let me read this real quick.
Yeah.
So in 2024, analysts at Wedbush Securities valued TikTok at approximately $100 billion, attributing this figure to the platform's proprietary algorithm, which plays a crucial role in its users' engagement and content recommendation systems. But without this algorithm, the valuation was estimated to be between 30 billion and 40 billion.
Oh, so they might sell it without the algorithm. Ooh, does that make sense?
I don't know how this works. Just a platform without the information?
Yeah, without the propriety, without the...
So you take the name, you got to put in your own algorithm?
Yeah. How crazy is that algorithm? Like, it don't seem too crazy to me.
Because the algorithm
It seems
itself
pretty
is
crazy. But people spend 16 hours a day on there, bro.
The one thing the TikTok algorithm is better than the rest of social media algorithms. Like Andrew Schultz was making a good point on Flagrant. Like the reason Reels don't take off as much as TikTok Reels, because Instagram's still more like a friend-based app where you're supposed to see what your friends are doing.
Right.
But he's like, most of us don't give a fuck what our friends are doing. We just want to see the next thing.
True.
Yeah.
Just scroll.
And TikTok will give you anything. It's just like, look at this new video. Look at this new video. And they don't mind boosting a brand new account, brand new reel.
Got you.
And Instagram, you can tell Instagram's trying to do that too.
Yeah.
But I'm more guilty of wanting to be more social. So I'm more willing to want to see my friends' stuff first.
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot of people are like me.
You know, there's a lot of people that don't know. I think there's a following tab on Instagram for your homepage. So like, I think the first page is mainly just like a bunch of random shit or shit you might like, and then there's a little tab where it's like the people you actually
TikTok?
follow. No, on Instagram.
Oh.
Yeah, X is the same way. Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah. So Mr. Beast supposedly is interested. A rumor started floating around of Elon
Musk.
Yeah. But I didn't even verify if Elon commented on that. But I wouldn't take it off Elon's list to buy it. It would go with his whole all-in-one app. That's his whole vision. He would swallow that up right
Moves
away.
TikTok into fucking X.
Yeah, he would do it in a heartbeat.
Insane.
Elon paid $44 billion for X, so you can imagine TikTok's probably worth more than that.
Yeah, so these numbers aren't too far off, right?
Yeah, and Elon admitted he got kind of ripped off, but he
did it for the people.
He was like, all right.
no, but one thing Elon's funny. He's like he's a good like salesman or I don't know manipulator. He made it seem like
Don't talk about Elon like that, dude.
like, he's good though. He's a genius. Like he knows how to play it. Like right now, for whatever reason, he's beefing with the Britain UK government. He's like beefing with them. Like he picks these certain fights for certain reasons. Like he's not just like Mr. like pro speech. He is pro freedom of speech, but he picks certain governments to fight with for certain reasons. It's very interesting.
With where he's at now politically, is that a political action, or do you think that's just a personal thing?
I think both. Yeah, I think he's standing on some principles, and he has benefits from it.
Somebody's like, "Hey, go mess with the Brits real quick."
And I think this where Trump he wised up. He got himself a great attack dog with a huge reach. He's the most followed person on X. And all he does is fucking shit posts all day.
So China weighs sale of TikTok U.S. to Musk as a possible option. So this is by Bloomberg.com.
Yeah, legit.
Oh, they're legit?
Yeah.
Bloomberg?
Yeah, Michael Bloomberg used to be the mayor of New York City. Billionaire guy.
Yo, I gotta pay to get on Bloomberg? I'm just trying to read this article, dude. All right, fuck Bloomberg. Fuck y'all.
He's a billionaire for a reason.
Like, hey, you gotta pay to read. Knowledge is power. You gotta pay me for it.
All right. Shout out to Forbes, my rich folks. I don't gotta pay. They're already rich. The world's richest person, Elon Musk, would likely be looking at a price tag similar to what he paid for Twitter if a deal materializes to buy American operations of TikTok, according to one well-known analyst covering Musk, as China reportedly mulls allowing a sale to Musk to prevent an all-out U.S. ban. Damn, so even the Chinese is fucking with Musk. Damn.
So say Elon buys it, right?
Fire.
Is that
crazy?
You think it's gonna be tied to the politics, bro?
So
Is TikTok gonna be a political app if he buys into it?
So go ahead. So I thought you were gonna say something. He looks at me.
I'm
pump faking.
I'm looking for my cigar.
So
and shit.
one conspiracy of why TikTok's getting banned in the first place, other than the whole Meta lobby kind of way, where Meta wants out of it,
Yeah.
is the whole. There's a huge movement of free Palestine on TikTok, and like that's. So long story short, October 7th, a year and a half ago, or a year and 3 months ago, a big attack happened where a Hamas, a terrorist group from Palestine, attacked an Israeli concert. And they made it a big deal, and then it got pretty ugly, whatever. But they started saying there was Israeli babies getting their heads cut off. All this crazy propaganda started going out, but it wasn't true. But they did take hostages. Until this day, they have been hostages.
Mm-hmm.
And Trump is doing a ceasefire and a negotiation.
I've seen that.
Whatever. But for the past year on TikTok, there's a huge Free Palestine movement, like huge, and like Israel is getting criticized like hell. So the whole conspiracy is Israel's lobby, like, been pushing for TikTok to get banned because it's just bad. It's bad for business, bad publicity. It's one of those, like, we need them out of here.
It's like
and so
defamation.
So they push it as, oh, China is dangerous, blah blah. But if it was really dangerous, we don't allow no China app here.
Right.
Hence that Red Note app that's been taken off.
I fuck with the Chinese, bro. Whatever.
Free Palestine.
We're looking for sponsors.
Shout out my Asians, man.
Hey.
I don't care.
But yeah, so 19th is what, Saturday, so we'll know by Saturday. I think worst case is banned for like 2 days or 3 days, and Trump's gonna pull something out of his pocket. And it's gonna be interesting to see how these Gen Zs react. There's a lot of liberal Gen Zs on TikTok that don't fuck with Trump, so it's gonna be funny to see when Uncle Trump saves their app.
Time is TikToking. Crazy.
But we'll see. And then we got Uncle Trump coming in, president.
Oh, it's already been a crazy year, bro.
We just started, huh?
Yeah. 2 weeks in.
We're
2 weeks. Man, I feel like 2 months already. Fuck.
Bro, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And you guys got any other like political predictions for the year, or like on a bigger scale?
Yup. Trump gets into presidency. Musk gets TikTok, and everything goes back to normal, and the stock market goes up, and we all make a bunch of money, and everybody's happy. That's it, man. All the fuck shit had to happen in the beginning of the year, and then, then we're just
In the
smooth
clear.
sailing,
In the clear.
Yeah.
I like it.
There's good and there's bad, man. We gotta get the bad out the way, dog.
Yeah.
It's all just, good shit after this.
Focus on the good, huh?
That's it. That's all I could really hope for, man. That's where my mind is at.
Yeah.
But I see it as a consistent pattern, though. I mean, there's been a lot of years that where it's like it start off really fucking bad, and then everything is good, right?
Is there a universal law to that, where like how the pendulum swings politically?
Yeah, we talked about
That in
last time.
itself.
Yeah, logarithm.
The fact that there's a pendulum, the fact that there's a cause and effect, the fact
Yeah.
if this pendulum swings one way, it's gonna swing the other way.
Right.
It's part of the rhythm.
Good stuff. Wait.
Yeah, I like the bow and arrow theory, where like you gotta go backwards, you gotta draw back before you're propelled forward. You know what I mean?
1 step back, 2 steps forward,
There's
Something like that.
5 steps
Something
forward.
like that.
my ADHD. Can I tell you what I thought of when you said the bow and arrow thing?
Joe Rogan hunting
No, there's
elk.
determinism. Basically, determinism is basically your whole life is already set up to happen because everything that happened before you, generational wise, culture wise, your genetics and stuff. So the minute a bow gets pulled, your life is set. That's how determinism works supposedly. And the minute it gets pulled, boom, your life's set in motion.
Oh, I don't like thinking that way, bro.
Yeah.
I think you could make your life whatever you wanted to, bro. We all have the freedom of choice.
I honestly agree.
Yeah. And Tony Robbins said it too in the past interview, so I was like, cool.
Dude, it's funny how Tony Robbins, like,
Yeah.
you sometimes you think he's a con man, but he's the opposite, dude. He's badass. Like he just understands psychology.
I love Tony Robbins, but I don't like hearing the same 3 stories on every single interview that he does.
It's
bro.
because you know Tony Robbins well. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but I get it though. It's like when you're approaching different platforms, you're trying to get people to know you, and those are the most impactful stories about his life. So he's trying to capture new audiences. He's trying to capture audiences of whatever platform that he's on, whatever platform he's given. So that is his way of winning people over, is, showing his story of compassion, his story of, hardship, or why he was able to, grow up with the type of mom that he had, and not having food, and how it's his obligation to feed people every Thanksgiving now. So I see why he does it, but for somebody like you said, I love watching Tony Robbins. So when I watch all his interviews and hear the same shit, bro, it's like, come on, man. It's like,
you run into that a lot.
it's like, fuck, bro. Again, I heard this yesterday.
I'm really into biohacking, like obviously making yourself most optimal as you can through like
Optimus Prime.
through your body. You know, he was super short for the longest. He's like what 6'5", 6'7" now.
Yeah, didn't he have some growth, something?
They found a
giant
tumor in him, and that's why he never grew. Once they took the tumor out, boom, he had a growth spurt.
You're talking about Optimus Prime.
Whoa.
No, Tony
Yes.
Robbins.
Oh.
Della just hit the joint.
I was like, hold on, man. I'm trying to follow this. I heard Optimus Prime.
Della thinks Optimus Prime's on the moon already.
Man, I'm on.
But is the moon real? That ass.
I saw. I'm so into ancient technology and ancient history, bro. There's like, there's more like theories about how we have like old civilizations in the ocean just buried, but we just don't have the resources or care to go look for them. Like if you do like these, they have these cool X-ray vision kind of technology where you go over land, you can see what's under it.
Mm-hmm.
You can deal with the ocean too, and there's like stuff under the ocean.
It's like lost
Are you
lands.
talking about ancient civilizations like Greg Hancock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Are we at 30-minute mark for your camera?
Fuck, it's probably been stopped recording. See? I'm gonna have to move that shit back. I should have flipped the screen or something. That's funny. I've done that multiple times.
Good one.
Damn, good call.
Are you okay?
Good call
Are
in
you
30
okay?
minutes, though. All right, well, it's recording now.
And we are back.
Yes.
Any other topics? You
Tony
guys?
Robbins, a renowned motivational speaker, experienced a significant growth spurt during his late teenage years, attributing to a pituitary gland tumor. This tumor led to an overproduction of human growth hormone, causing him to grow 10 inches in a single year. Hey, I'm gonna need that. Where's this pituitary gland tumor at? I need that. Imagine, bro.
Yo.
I'm fucking 6'8". Nah, it's too tall, bro. Fuck.
You
Damn,
have to
that's
have a different wardrobe
imagine
completely,
you
bro.
put it on. You put
10
it.
inches in a year? Yeah, bro. I'd be 6'8". Fuck that.
So he grew because of the
5'10".
tumor.
Yeah, 6'8".
So he grew because of the tumor, or he grew once they took the tumor out.
The tumor led to an overproduction of human growth hormone.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
So can you just give yourself more growth hormone?
No, but you can. But the dangerous part is if you're prone for cancer, you're gonna give yourself cancer.
cancer.
That's
I don't think I'll get that shit.
It's like doses.
that's
I mean,
why,
it's just an interesting thought, though. 'cause
that's why you gotta
that's
get
what
blood tests and
happens.
stuff, or else some people that probably that done some bro shit at the gym might have fucked themselves up.
Yeah, long term.
Because they just went with a typical stack, but their body wasn't prone for it.
Fuck.
That's why growth hormone is very dangerous.
So you're telling me I can be at least 6'5"?
I had a video pop up, and it was like this dude that got height surgery where they
Oh.
added something to his shins,
Yeah.
and it's showing him trying to jump.
That black dude?
You saw it? Yeah, yeah.
No, but no, he's the guy that everybody knows about. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And he's like trying to jump, and then he couldn't jump, and then just you show him progressively over time just jumping, but he grew. What was it? Do you know how tall?
He's like 6'5", 6'7" or some shit. He's tall
No,
now.
he was like 5'8", and then now he's like 6'2" or something.
Wow.
Yeah, there's your human growth hormone right there, dog.
Bro.
And all you gotta do is just not be able to walk for a year, but after that, you know
Hey,
what I'm saying?
how many of these BBL girls are gonna have cancer in 30, 40 years? Like,
Fuck.
just their
That's
bodies
crazy.
not reacting well to the new body in certain parts of the body.
What's funny is how they're gonna look when they're like old ladies and shit,
Yeah.
and like they're gonna have the bubbles in the back of their ass, but the
Yeah.
rest of their legs are all skinny and wrinkly. Damn.
That's where we are, though, with body modification, right? We're talking about, like,
Yeah.
increasing growth hormones and getting taller and just doing stuff to your body. Like, all of that has its own risk, right?
What and then what's interesting in the fitness industry, you see all these really really badass girls are in shape and stuff, like super in shape,
Mm.
and they're giving all this advice. What these normal girls don't know, have these girls are on peptides and like anabolic steroids and stuff.
Yeah, Anna Bar and shit.
Yep, like bunch of stuff, but they're not selling that part. They're
Right.
like, do this weird glute workout.
It's half the story.
Yep, exactly. Sorry, all over the place, but when it comes to the gym, you know how girls swear they don't want to lift heavy because they're gonna get too buff. Like, bitch, I've been trying to get buff for the last 5 years. You think you could do it better, faster than me?
For real. Yeah.
But anything else you guys seen in the news recently?
Well, let me check my notes from our group chat real quick.
Here we go. That's
Let me check because we're prepared, right?
does it mean passive aggressive?
Oh, man.
Shit. Look at us. Look at us. Look at us just sitting here. What do we talk about next, guys?
Imagination.
What do we do, guys?
What do we do?
What was that thing you asked in the kitchen earlier about family dynamics or something? Because I think that's pretty interesting for us to talk about.
Personalities within each family.
Yeah.
Your different personalities around family and
So start it off, and then I'll find that Japanese quote.
damn, how can I gotta try to remember how I phrased that shit.
Were you talking about how you act differently around different family?
So I think we are different people around our family might not know who we are on a personal scale when dealing with other people. Or
You're onto something.
yeah, my shit just went away.
Okay, cool. So there's a Japanese proverb. We have 3 faces. The first face you show to the world. The second face you show to your close friends and family. The third face you never show anyone. Is the truest reflection of who you are.
So yeah, let's break. Like, why do you think that is? Why is our family dynamic different from our outside in the world dynamic for the most part?
For I know I can speak personally for myself. I have a hard time just being vulnerable in general. So I hide it even from my family. I hide it from everybody. That's my problem.
Yeah.
So first of all, vulnerability, especially as men, we're taught to just not suppress that's what we do, but like just keep that shit in.
Right.
Man up.
Right.
Blah blah.
Cause like I'm thinking about like with family, for instance, right? You know when people see you, or they say like they see the old versions of you, and some people can't let that go in that sense. Do you think with that being with our family, do you think that's what kind of contributes to that in that sense? Since they've seen you before you've developed into the person you are now.
Yeah. I've gone through so much of that shit.
You see what I'm saying?
All right, here's something that I would always tell my family, and I would always tell them it's crazy how we can always treat each other like shit because we're family and we'll forgive each other. But if we treat each other like, if we treated other people how we treat each other, like that whole friendship would be fucked up. But I feel like when it comes to family, there's a higher threshold for like forgiveness than other people because you're bound by blood and like by so much longer experiences to where you can, I guess, treat them a little bit different or have a different connection with them than somebody that you met later on in life. So it gives you a little bit of leeway in how far you can express your true self or act around family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The deeper levels of connection and understanding to that nature.
Yeah.
It's the privilege of blood.
Or the privilege of just being around for that long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like prime example. Like you're basically family at this point. So you tell us, come prepared.
I don't tell you guys that. I expect it, and then I get angry.
Huh?
I said I expect it, and then I get angry.
Exactly, but to be fair, you tell us first. You told us like we should be prepared, but we kind of treat you like family. Like yeah, and then we show up like.
Dude, I'm like everyone's dad or mom that they're just like, he's fucking right, but we don't want to listen.
So we show up here like idiots.
Like, we know he's right, but we still don't want to listen.
Yeah, that's what we do with family, dude.
I know it's fucked up.
That's interesting.
And then I forgive you guys because you're family.
Yeah.
But anybody else,
we're gonna get it down, man.
You know what? Just don't come. Nah, session's canceled.
Sometimes I expect that, like, I don't
I've been pretty patient, man.
Dude, you've been really patient. I've been very thankful.
It's all good though, man.
Yeah.
Hey, my videos don't be sending, bro. That's what's going on.
But yeah, I'm so guilty with that with family, bro. Like, I'm like, so there's this. This all connects. there's a study that they did recently where they said the middle child is usually the best when it comes to like family, or they said they're usually best when it comes to family. And I started laughing like Steven, my brother, he's the best when it comes to like my cousins, my nephews, my grandparents. Like he's very attentive. He helps them out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He got my grandpa in shape. He started taking him to the gym all the time, etc. And then my selfish ass, like I visit him like twice a fucking year. Like I could do way better.
You're the oldest.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest too.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest.
So I'm so guilty of taking taking family for granted.
That's another thing though, right? Like where you are in the family as far as like oldest, youngest, middle, you know what I'm saying?
All
Middle
that
child.
shit is true, bro. When you see those memes online of how like they tell the oldest wash the dishes and then they do it, and then the middle child's like wash the dishes, I don't want to, and they tell the youngest wash the dishes. No, fuck you, you wash the dishes.
Yeah.
And they're okay, and they're washing the dishes. That shit's funny.
Another interesting study where they did a study of like what in marriage, what older, middle, and younger child have the best relationship with others. Yeah. So when
What is it?
one that they did the best was like the oldest with the youngest. I forgot the dynamic, but one took orders than another. If you have two, like me and my wife are both the oldest.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're gonna both be very assertive and both try to be the.
That is very interesting.
So, yeah.
That is
Me and
very
my wife,
interesting.
me and my wife only have those.
Date the younger sister. Got it.
Date the youngest.
knew it.
sister.
Fuck.
Dang,
So they did a whole study
Okay.
of the whole different dynamics. And
Younger sisters over the age of 21. What up? What's happening? What's good? I'm the oldest. You the youngest. Let me show you how I lead.
But yeah, I never thought about those dynamics.
No.
Yeah.
All of that plays a big role, bro. And like how you experience life, right?
Yep.
I only know the perception of being the oldest brother at all times.
Yeah.
Like I've been an older brother since 2 years old type. 1 year old, 2 years old. That's all I know. But the perception from somebody else who's the youngest or middle child, like
And that,
Yeah, we don't
it's a
understand.
different
And that-
dynamic.
and
Yeah.
that's-
And I wouldn't really
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I can't put
That's
myself
interesting.
in that situation, but that's just a cool way to think about shit.
Yeah.
and like you're born you're born to be a leader of your brothers, without
Yeah.
you knowing. And then I just been a big brother just chronologically. Just
Right.
like I haven't. Something I'm very guilty of not being a real big brother.
No, I definitely
Yeah,
feel
like-
that. That's
but-
something I learned later down the line for sure.
But I realized I started feeling guilt and like just put myself down. But I realized it's not too late.
Yeah.
Go hang out with your brothers.
Yeah. Facts.
That's funny. What do you feel is like stopping you though from like hanging out with them?
Dude, like as with the vulnerability thing, I have a hard time being vulnerable with.
Oh.
Like I have a hard time being vulnerable with other men. Like even with my wife. Like that took years to break
You're
down.
not supposed to be vulnerable with your wife.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but even so, with men, neither. Like, I just don't care to be vulnerable. Like, I always feel this resistance.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like, I don't even know. Sometimes it's not even being that vulnerable, but you think it's being vulnerable, so you don't do it. Like, just hanging out with your brother is not as vulnerable as you think, bro. Just go hang out with them. Like,
Yeah.
talk to them. So I've been catching myself. I've been doing way better talking to my brothers, but I could do way better. So that's one of my goals this year, is reconnecting with my brothers and just family as well.
Yeah. At this age, I can look back and just be like, okay, growing up with them, with my younger siblings, you're not really taught how to be an older brother per se. You kind of learn more with experience. And so since
Yeah.
I have brothers and sisters now that are in high school, and now that I'm at my age, like I can look back and be that bigger brother, if that makes sense, because I already went through the first half of my life as an older brother, but not being, like you said, attentive.
Yeah.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So that's always interesting too.
Yeah, because I feel like I was pretty lucky. I built some cool friendships, and it led to brotherhoods. So I've been very lucky with that. But then I was thinking about that, like, dude, you've always had real brotherhood. You just never cared to water that plant.
Mm.
And then I was born. For every reason, I'm very like I love to play devil's advocate, right? But I also like to be very neutral, like. And growing up we grew up in a very active urban neighborhood, like we cul-de-sac,
Yeah.
10 kids in the neighborhood, and then me and my brother are like 10 months
Real
apart.
childhood.
Yeah.
Real childhood.
Outside
Outside.
with the
On
lights.
bikes and shit.
The street lights.
Be home
just
by the
kicked
lights.
on.
It's shout out to my brother. We're basically Irish twins. We're only like 10 months apart.
Mm.
And so Steven got a big personality too. Like he's not scared to back down from anybody. So at the time he would stick up for himself, and I was more like I would just play switch and like, bro, it's chill, not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But back then it seemed like, oh, I was supposed to have more of his back.
Right.
Even if I thought he was being illogical. It don't
Right.
matter.
Right.
Yeah. But my head, I was like, I'll have your back by showing you like you're tripping,
Mhm.
or like it's not that big of a deal. This way's the easier route, or blah blah blah.
It's like tough. It's like tough love.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at that time, he just wants you to have his back the whole time.
Exactly. I was
Yeah.
looking back like, damn. But what makes me happy now, like I've had his back now.
Yeah.
But also, what I have to realize being vulnerable is asking for him to have my back too. That's where I've been learning too.
I think it's a conversation. I
Yeah.
talk to my sister about that stuff all the time. I apologize. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry I made you do some crazy stuff. Like, cause we used to run to the bus stop.
Yeah.
Like, if we're late and we have to hop a gate, I'm hopping the gate, and she would obviously have to follow me. So like, you hop in the gate too. You're running with me too.
Yeah. We gotta
And
make
like,
this buzz.
probably not the best thing to do. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you teach her like that. So I tell her, I'm just like, hey, we were just trying to get by. We were just trying to do what we needed
Bet
to
you
do.
can hop a fence now, though.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah, but like I think it all connects back to the mask you wear around certain people, certain families, certain friends.
Yeah, and obviously, like in work environments, you always gotta have that fake professional type of like
Code switching.
mask on. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but just being professional, huh?
Yeah, but that's that mask you put on, bro. That face you gotta put on.
But it's kind of that whole professional thing is kind of switching too now, huh? There's more like
More personable,
yeah, and you can be more yourself.
authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
now.
think that's where we're heading in society? Like, be free, take the mask off.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But that's why we see someone dressed up, you kind of respect it too, though, more too. Like someone like suited up,
Yeah,
like he takes himself serious.
yeah.
There's something to it.
He's just doing it.
Like I always hear some people talk shit about how people go to the airport. Like back in the day when you go to the airport, you would go dressed up.
Yeah.
Like, you go in a suit. And some people don't like how people go to this. Like
Really?
yeah, like you should be more presentable for every reason. It's interesting. Yeah.
It's like,
Shit,
yo,
we
I'm
going
going to
PJs.
airports
Yeah.
to sleep, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
You go
trying to
comfy.
be there.
Yeah.
You gotta sit in that fucking seat for a couple hours.
Facts.
In the suit for what?
In the suit. That'd be crazy. In the zoot suit.
ADHD moment. Did you guys see Khabib get kicked off the plane?
No, what
No,
happened?
what is that about?
So obviously when you sit in the emergency row, where the emergency exit door is,
Yeah.
you have to do a verbal agreement. Are you willing to assist if shit hits the fan?
Oh, he was like, nah.
No,
He said, I don't speak English.
he does speak English.
He
But
said, I'll choke somebody.
there was a misunderstanding between him and the
I
frontier
wrestle them.
frontier
I smash.
attendant.
You help? No, I smash.
He said, fuck. He said,
Connor, I smash.
yo.
Good shit. Long story short,
I love MMA. That's the one sport I will watch.
we gotta get some UFC 311 predictions.
We'll get there.
But long story short, whatever reason he didn't give verbal agreement, and the flight attendant like, all right, I gotta go get the gate person to reassign you because I need you to say yes.
Yeah.
And then it became a whole thing, and then they asked him to get off the plane. But he got refunded and everything, blah blah. And now there's two sides of stories. We don't really know what happened though.
He said,
Khabib smash.
smash.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Khabib. I saw this cool clip about him. He was talking about sacrifice, and he said he
Sacrifice family.
yep, family, like holiday. He basically had this guy from Mexico come to his camp, and the guy was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go back with family. It's Christmas time. I'm gonna go spend with them." He's like, "Brother, what do you want? You want to be champion or you want to be family man? Nothing wrong with being family man, but if you want to be champion, you gotta let go family for now, because you gotta be willing to sacrifice. Holidays don't matter right now, brother. Like, what do you really want?"
So the real takeaway was he was saying that discipline alone won't get you to where you want.
Yes.
You have to sacrifice.
Yes.
So he's like, if you want to be champion, you have to sacrifice family. But if you want to go home and be the best family man, you're not going to be champion, but you'll be the best family man.
Damn.
Yeah.
So sacrifice, bro. If you want to achieve greatness, it comes with a whole lot of sacrifice. I recorded a video like a year ago. I'm going to post that shit again.
Nice. That's gonna be a theme of the Hangover too. Like
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. For me, a sacrifice.
You sacrifice for your goals, or your goals become your sacrifice. I love that. I don't know who said that, but someone said it.
Chef said it.
Pursuit of
someone said it.
fulfillment.
I don't take credit for it. Someone else said it.
Chef said it.
Nah. That's a bar though, for sure.
That's a real bar. I like it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. My camera's still recording, but I think, any last calls? What's going on? We're for sure over an hour, though.
Yeah. I just want to say prayers and blessings to all the people in California. I got some family in Pasadena. They didn't really get affected, but they've been very hands-on. I know some of their families got affected. So I hope everybody's doing well and they just stay strong, man. Stay strong.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's the government, man. It's the government, man. Ramon, you say that? It's the government, man.
Hey, shout out to Ramon.
Shout out to Ramon. Shout out to Steven.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jazzy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Yaya.
Everybody.
My sister.
You know.
See,
Shout
back,
out to the world.
I'm an older brother, but like I was the only child though, so it was different. You know what I mean? I didn't have nobody to watch over. It was just like, just alone. I'm just kidding. I had a bunch of friends. Shout out Ray, Andre, Adrian, it's my brothers.
He's making the joke on the only child thing we've been doing with this.
Yeah, I'm the only child. Man. Shit.
Any last words, Ella?
I love y'all. I love the world.
I love you too, Randall.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. I can't say it. You know I can't.
Be vulnerable. Be vulnerable.
It's just 2025, bro. Like,
yeah.
we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. You know, we gotta strap the seatbelt on and just thug it out. But at the end of it, it's gonna be nice.
Real shit.
Yes, sir.
And that's how it's gonna roll.
Yes, sir.
Let's sign out. This is the Hangover Podcast with the boys. We out.
Peace.